I've came to the realization a bitch just don't want to work. And don't. I hate it. I don't know how people can sit at a job for working 8 hours a day. I don't even know how motherfuckers can work 40 hours a week because I hate it. I literally hate it, especially working for somebody else. Like, if my job offer VTO, we'll be taking it quickly. I don't care because I don't be having the mental capacity to sit at somebody else's job for 8 hours a day. I don't. I have very low attention span, and half of the time I just don't be paying attention. Like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to work 5 days a week for 8 hours a day. I can't. When my job offer VTO, I take it. Now, I do go to work now, so I don't get in the comments being cute. But it's hard for me, and I don't want to work, these long hours. Working 8 hours a day is just, it's not giving for me personally. Like, I need something else. Like, I'm dreading. Like, I know I can't be the only person that feel like this, but working is so overrated. I'm sick of it. Like, I feel like this new generation, none of us don't want to work for real like our moms and, moms and dads and grandparents did. They went to work, but nowadays we don't want to work. I want to make money another way because just having to just deal with people, especially if you're in customer service, dealing with customer service, it's a lot. Like, it's just so much, y'all. Like, I just don't know what I want to do. I hate working. I don't enjoy it. I want to make money. I want to make money in other ways. I don't want to go work for nobody. I don't want to clock nobody else's time. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, y'all. I gotta figure this out because, this ain't gonna work much longer. Like, it's not gonna work. I am tired.
One of the biggest challenges of working a 9 to 5 is the fact that every other business around you is only open from 9 to 5. So if you want to go anywhere while you're working, you just can't. It makes sense for corporate businesses whose main kind of customer base is other businesses where they can kind of have a standardized time where they can communicate with each other. But it makes it hard when you're trying to book a doctor's appointment or a hair appointment and all those places also only open from 9 to 5. So the only time you have to go is the weekends. But the issue is they're not open on the weekends. So the only way you can actually go to them is if you take off or you just kind of leave in the middle of work. And I haven't gotten a haircut in like 3 months now because I just couldn't find the time. And the only place I get my haircut at is in Tampa, and I live like 30 minutes away. So I have to intentionally go out of my way to drive to Tampa to get a haircut. But they close by the time my work finishes. So I just can't go. And I've been busy on the weekend, so I haven't been able to go. But I'm finally getting a haircut today. It's a Saturday, and I finally found time. So I'm gonna chop all this crap. It's so annoying. It's always in my eyes. But it makes me wonder if most of these 9 to 5 businesses make the majority of their revenue from, I guess, unemployed people. So it's either people who are not working a typical 9 to 5 hours or are unemployed, or maybe business owners because they kind of have the freedom to do, set their own time. I saw this post somewhere that said that in the past, that business model, the 9 to 5 business model worked because it would allow stay-at-home moms to kind of, go to these businesses and give them money. But nowadays, that kind of stay-at-home mom kind of model is not really a thing anymore. And most households need to have double income to, support themselves. So I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it works as well. And I wonder if these businesses make as much money as they might have had in the past. I don't know. It's just a minor inconvenience. And also, I'm just curious.
Number 4, why I hate 9 to 5 jobs is because when I was an aerospace engineer, my daily take-home pay was like $300 if you average it out over 2 weeks. And my problem isn't with that actual number. My problem is with how you increase that number or the options available to increase that number. So if I just become an amazing employee and come up with some crazy invention or something that makes the company $100 million a year more in profit somehow by being some sort of genius, I'm not, but let's just say I was, what would I get in return for that? A pat on the back, maybe a little certificate, but you wouldn't see anything other than maybe a slight little raise. As an employee, your pay is not directly tied to the performance of the business. And while yes, little things exist here and there like bonuses or profit sharing, that's not the norm. The only way to make more money as an employee or an engineer is to either one, job hop a bunch and be disloyal to any company that you go to, that you work for, and just try to bump your salary up that way, or two, you just have to wait a really long time, a couple decades, and hope that the wage increases you get outpace the level of inflation. But guess what? They probably won't. This is my problem with being an engineer and just 9-to-5 employment in general, and that's why I escaped it 5 years ago. You are not fairly compensated for the value that you provide to whoever you work for. Not just that, but your options for increasing that compensation are pretty much non-existent.
Last week was my 1-year anniversary since leaving my corporate job, or just corporate America in general. I wanted to just share a little bit of my story/journey. I spent the first 7 years of my career working in digital marketing, media, planning, all the things across all the verticals, agency side, brand side, etc. I mean, if you work in digital marketing, you know the vibes. Throughout those 7 years, I was never really happy. Work was like a major point of stress and anxiety for me, and that just like never went away. I thought it was a me problem, but I now know that like everything, including my brain, my body, was telling me this is not right for you. So last summer, I finally listened. I quit the job that I was in and I completely pivoted. I had always wanted to do something more creative and I never quite knew what that was. I started posting on TikTok and stumbled upon UGC content creation. And that's something that I am now doing full time and taking very seriously and have grown a lot in over the last 6 or so months that I've been doing it. That has also led to other opportunities that I have just like opened myself up to, including acting and modeling. Me a year ago today would never believe anyone if they told me that, you know, I would be spending a random Monday acting as the lead in a social video for a cold brew brand. Anyway, it's just crazy. I guess what I'm saying is take the risks, like listen to yourself. If there is something telling you that whatever you're doing is not right, like listen to that voice. I'm not saying it's easy. Like I knew that quitting my job last year was a huge risk, especially because I didn't have anything lined up. I knew I would get judgment. It was hella uncomfortable telling people what I was doing because a lot of people just don't get it. And I don't care anymore, honestly. I did for a bit, but then I was like, just wait like until I have something to show for this. And now I feel like I do. Trust yourself and know that it's okay to be uncomfortable for a bit. And also you have one life. So why would you spend it being miserable doing something that you don't enjoy? I truly believe that if you want something badly enough and if all of the circumstances align, you work hard enough, then you can make it possible. You know, for the first 7 years of my career, I never even considered an alternative to working in corporate America and climbing the corporate ladder. I was brainwashed for sure. I was like, this is the only option. But now I know that's not true. So I guess maybe this is also a friendly reminder that like, there are more options than just the one you're in. It's just really empowering working towards something that's been a dream of yours and like watching that progress be made and watching that dream come to fruition, even in a little way, you know, and like those little steps of progress made will fuel you to continue and will further build that trust and confidence in yourself that you can do it actually because you are doing it.
If you're seeing this, I just quit my job and finished out my 2 week and without a full-time job lined up. Many people would think it's crazy quitting a job in this economy without a job lined up, but I just knew that this was the right option for me. This was a long time coming, I feel. I just didn't want to accept or come to terms with the fact that I just was not in the right place for me. And at the end of the day, I was in an environment that was stunting my growth as a person, which I feel is more important than where I'm at career-wise. This is coming from someone that I would say I'm kind of scared to take risk, and I'm very much a person that craves stability and just kind of being in control of my life and always knowing what's next versus just going with the flow and putting full trust in myself that even though I'm uncertain about the next chapter, that I'll be okay. I feel like this was super big for me. If you know me in my personal life, you know that I'm a very like scared and anxious person. But I feel like now I'm almost 30 and I feel like I am in my like midlife crisis stage, and if I'm going to, bet on myself and do something unconventional, I should do it now. Even if though this economy is not the best, the job market sucks, and many people probably think maybe unwise for quitting a job without a backup. I just feel so free. I'm super scared for what's next, but I'm excited to rediscover myself and figure out what my next step is.
So I'm turning 25 this year, and I'm quitting corporate America and corporate in general in a couple weeks. And it's so crazy for me to say that out loud because I genuinely thought that my goal in life was to climb the corporate ladder and just have stable income. But I feel like through relationships and life events that happened in my life this past year, I've learned so much about myself, and I feel like I've grown so much. And honestly, I would say 95% of that is because I was able to rediscover my faith and my religion, and and I can literally talk hours and hours and hours about God, but by me rediscovering that faith and rebuilding my faith, I've gained so much self-confidence, and anyone who's known me or knows me before this probably knows that I like self-confidence and confidence in general was not in my vocabulary. If anything, like I was just faking it the whole time, and I never liked anything about myself, and I was so insecure. But gaining this self-confidence from faith genuinely changed my life, like my outlook on life, and I feel like I've opened up so many new doors for myself mentally. So now I can confidently say and believe in myself when I say that I want to do art full time. I think a big part of making this decision was obviously telling my parents. And I think a lot of immigrant kids would understand that there's this unspoken pressure that we have, knowing that our parents sacrifice so much for us to have better opportunities and all that stuff. And so I thought that my parents' vision for my success was for me to have a stable corporate job at a big, reputable company. And so that's kind of the life that I was living in my head. And I was telling myself that, okay, the final goal is for me to have a corporate job, and that is it. And I should be content and happy. And obviously, when that didn't happen, that's when I started to think about, what I genuinely enjoyed doing. And for me, that's art. So telling my parents that I'm quitting corporate and going the creative route was very nerve-wracking, but I was so surprised when they told me that they are proud and support me all the way through for me making that decision. And I don't know why, like my parents are not even strict, but I just had this idea that my parents would only be proud of me if I was successful in that corporate route.
There is no better feeling as a teacher than quitting your job and knowing you're not coming back next year. It's the end of the year, and I will not be returning to this particular teaching job next year, and I'm so happy. I am so happy. I think I picked an amazing school, district, everything. I'm so excited, and every day I just go in and I'm like, I don't have to deal with this next year. I don't have to deal with this next year. And also I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. Do whatever you want, because I'm not coming back next year. And it's amazing. I feel great. I'm so happy with my decision. If you quit your teaching job this year, congratulations as well to you, and wishing all the teachers the best of luck with the end of the school year, because it is rough out here. I have 4 days left. How many days do y'all have left? Because it is, quite frankly, a countdown to the end at this point.
So I just resigned from my job today, and I can't believe I did it because I actually really loved my job a lot, and I didn't want to, but you have to protect your peace of mind. Like, mental health is so important. I can't stress that enough. And I prayed on it. I prayed on it a lot before I made this decision, and God gave me a clear sign. I mean, a clear sign, and then confirmed it today. So I did it. I did it today, and I resigned because we're not doing this in 2025, y'all. We're not doing this. We're not taking disrespect, and I'm not working for an establishment where I don't feel valued and respected. I'm not doing it. I'm not. I'm nervous and I'm scared for this next chapter. But this is where we're at. I did it. There's no going back. There's no going back. So, yeah, if you guys needed a sign, this is your sign, because we're not taking disrespect. We're not staying where we're not valued and respected. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not. So, yeah. My last day will be February 18th. This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh, I can't believe I actually did it. Like, I'm still shaking. Like, this is crazy. You gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm a former teacher, and here's the real reason why teachers are quitting and or not mentally well. I'm sure you're thinking parents and admin, and some even say the kids. And those are all part of it. But that's not the root. This is the root. The root is that teachers don't have control anymore. One of the big differences between a good teacher and a bad teacher is a good teacher has control of their classroom. Bad teacher, it's crazy, chaos. A good teacher feels like they have control, feels like they have everything going on, feels like everything's going well. But because of the current dynamics, there's a lot of teachers out there, great teachers who have been doing it for years, who now, since COVID, has slowly had their control stripped away by admin not allowing them to have free reign in their classroom, and parents that are no longer supportive and in most cases are combative to anything that they want to do. So the way I view it is teachers are in a straitjacket. Like, imagine a teacher in a classroom with a straitjacket on. It's like, can somebody get me that? Get me that? No, not that. And when you feel that constant lack of control, the stress is outrageous. So these great, amazing teachers who literally have their hands tied behind their back are realizing that I don't have that control anymore like I used to. So these teachers are stressed out of their mind. But then comes step one. The only way to mentally do well in those situations is to lower expectations and accept it is what it is. And for real life, this is amazing advice. Letting go of things you don't control. Just letting things be the way that they are. But in the teaching setting, that means that Johnny is not going to improve like the Johnnies of the past did. It means that you know that they're not going to get the education and are not getting the education that you know that they should be getting, because there's too many other deterrents and distractions and things like admin holding you back and parents that complain that it becomes impossible. So now what does that result? The teacher standing in the front of the class with the straitjacket on and just being like, okay, they're moving around. All right, I'm just going to do my best with Susie right here, right now, and the rest of like it is what it is. And then just doing that every single day. You wonder why teachers are looking forward to the next break and can't wait until summer. It's because they get a chance to just go, and not have that, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then once a teacher gets to a certain level where they recognize, I'm lowering my expectations of my classroom. This is not okay. So I gotta leave. And all you hear is the deterrence like, oh, you're weak and you can't handle it anymore. Oh, you should leave. While internally you're like, how can I do this? How can I give up on them? How can I admit that this is just not working anymore? And ultimately, how can I choose myself and saying I need to step away and leave those kids and just, hey, it's not good, but I can't do it. That's why if you hear a lot of former teachers, they'll say that the stress is so much less because it's not feeling that complete and utter lack of control. So the lesson here is twofold. Number one is it is a great thing to lower expectations in your daily life to limit stress. That means if you're a little bit late, you'll get there when you get there. There's no reason. It is what it is. It's okay. Oh, you ran out of time. You didn't get the groceries today. It's okay. We'll do it tomorrow. But the second part is, in education, what does that look like? That looks like the expectations of students before to now is down here. And how is it ever going to go back up? Give the teachers control back. And this is a really hard thing because I do think that parents should be involved in their education, but I think there's too many parents who are not good at that. And that's causing this issue that it makes it really impossible to find this balance between giving the teachers control and the parents not having the control over their own kids' education. But until this thing changes, until that changes, everything is just going to continue to get worse. Your veteran teachers are going to continue to quit and leave. And the new teachers that come in are just going to have lower expectations. And what is that going to look like in the future of America?
I think I'm at a point of my life where I just feel like I want to quit everything and just run away. Like, I told myself, like, I wasn't going to repeat the same thing like I did with my first fast food job, and now I'm at my second fast food job, and I still feel stressed. I feel very anxious. Every time I go there, I just don't feel comfortable at all. And I feel like this job is even worse than my first job that I had before. And I told myself that I wouldn't stay anywhere that long. Like, I've been trying to find a new job, but a part of me just wants to quit now. Like, I don't feel comfortable anymore. I just want to quit and leave and don't look back. It's been a year since I've been working there, and I thought I would be gone by now. I thought I would have found another job by now. I'm trying, but it just feels like at this point I just want to let everything go. Like, I feel so stressed and anxious, and I feel like the only easy way out is for me to run and quit.
I've come back into myself pretty instantly because I've alleviated myself of a burden that I know wasn't for me for so long, and I already feel more myself.
It has been a full week since I put my 2-week notice in at my corporate America job, and let me tell you what has happened so far. First of all, my manager's response to my 2-week notice email was, "Thanks for letting me know, don't tell anybody else," and she took literally 24 hours to come up with that response. Then she took like 3 days to notify everybody else, and literally only one person has said anything to me. And actually, my coworkers that I see on a daily basis have not said anything to me, which I find very odd. My manager has yet to set up a meeting with me to talk to me about it, which honestly, I don't really care, but I just find it a little strange because like when I put my 2-week notice in at my last job, my manager had multiple meetings with me leading up to my last day. So I just find it very strange. But one thing my manager has done is quite literally double my workload because she's all about those timelines, and without me there, she's not going to be meeting her timeline, so she's got to get me to do as much work as possible before my last day. So love that for me. And last but certainly not least, I got another job. So when I first put in my 2-week notice for my current job, I did not have another job lined up. So it was very risky of me to do that, but I was just so done. But I did get another job, so I'll be starting beginning of June, and I'm so excited.
I quit my corporate job, and I didn't have another job lined up. So now I spend every waking moment of every day on every website applying for every job, and yet to have one interview because the job climate is so bad right now that I stress every single day how I'm going to pay my rent or afford food to eat.
Hey guys, I'm Brittany, and I just quit my job. I truly feel like I'm gonna be fine. because I trust God and I trust the process. And mind you, I've never been in this situation before. I have always had 2 or 3 jobs at once since college, and being in the real world for the past 5+ years has its ups and downs, clearly. And so right now I'm just looking for a new job, and I'm excited for this future. I don't know what's in store for me, but I welcome all things good, and I trust God's path for me, and I know I'll be okay. So if you are going through this too, I feel like there's a lot of people who are in a period of transition. Just know you're not in it alone. I'm in it too.